Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Juice Manji coming at you with a look at the Reebok and Packer shoes collaboration on the For Player Use Only pack. This video is also going to be a bit of a discussion video, but for those of you that are unfamiliar with this pack, Packer Shoes put out a pack of 2 questions, one inspired by Kobe Bryant, one LeBron James from his St. Vincent St. Mary's days. I wanted to make this kind of a discussion video because there are a couple topics and controversies about the pack regarding like the packaging and whatnot that I wanted to get into, and then just I think the poor job that I guess Reebok, or not really Reebok, I guess Packer did in informing people about the origins of this pack, because I've heard a lot of misinformation on YouTube and just people not understanding the history of the shoe, and it's not so much their fault. You know, people just figured, oh, at one time they wore these, but there's a lot of rich sneaker related history that goes into this. Basically in 2002-2003 season, Kobe Bryant, his Adidas deal was up and he was without a shoe deal for a year. At the same time, we had LeBron James, who was a senior in high school, the most hyped high school athlete probably ever, and he was a huge sneaker free agent. I mean, you couldn't make offers to him yet because he was in high school, but basically the 2 biggest names in sneakers today, in basketball sneakers as we know them right now, I mean obviously aside from Michael Jordan, but the 2 biggest current basketball entities today were both free agents at the same time. And the fact that Nike got them both really changed the landscape. Like, think about all the things that would have been different had, you know, one, either Kobe or LeBron gone to Adidas or Reebok or whatever other company, or had they, you know, had both of them gone to the same company but not Nike. It's just a lot of crazy stuff, and it's a trip that they were both free agents at the same time. But enough talking about that. I'll get more into the discussion topics as far as the packaging, which left a lot to be desired. The shoes are fantastic, but there's just a lot that went into this, and I want to touch on it. So there's going to be a little bit of a longer video. But let's get into the quick look at the shoes. Alright, let's start off with the Kobe. The Kobe, the toe cap is a nice leather. The leather quality on these is really nice, which is kind of to be expected. Reebok has done well with the leather quality on the questions, and really on a lot of these retros they've been putting out of late. But in any case, pretty standard white question. You got your eyelets here that read Reebok all the way down in purple and yellow or gold. You got your mesh tongue, yellow Reebok branding there on the side. Got your Reebok vector there in purple and gold. Really, just the tumbled leather is really solid on these. Your hexalite honeycomb technology there. Come to the back again, some more of that nice purple leather with the question branding there, and then the number 8, because Kobe wore number 8 at the time. And this is my favorite feature of the question shoe, is how they embed like a little piece of fabric there in the outsole there. It's a really nice detail. Inside the shoe there, I don't know if you can see it, but you have your promo sample for player use only in the footbed there, in the insole. Beautiful purple translucent outsole with your Reebok branding there, purple ice. I can't even, the word ice has never been the same to me since I saw Dog Bounty Hunter shaking down meth heads. They call it ice in Hawaii or some shit. Dog always telling people to go with Christ. Moving on to the LeBron, you got a nice kind of nubuck, a high quality nubuck toe cap here in this kind of forest green. Again, your Reebok going up the eyelets in green and yellow. The tongue, mesh tongue, yellow branding. It's basically the same shoe except green substituting for purple. And then you have that L23J there, which was actually on the PE that they sent to LeBron while he was at St. Vincent St. Mary's. And then another difference is the hexalite here. The white outlines on the honeycombs, whereas on the Kobe it's black on purple. This is white on dark green. More of that fantastic nubuck back here. Same thing, promo sample for player use only on the inside. You got the 2-3, LeBron's old number from when he was at St. Vincent St. Mary's and then his Cleveland Cavaliers days. And then your nice green translucent outsole. Reebok really kills it. I really like Reebok's translucent outsoles. They're a little bit different than Nike's, but they last longer. They don't yellow as quickly. Alright, so I was speaking on the packaging, which left a lot to be desired. Basically, the shoes come in 2 question boxes. 2 Iverson boxes, one with the green dot for the LeBron, one with the purple dot for the Kobe. And then the main thing that kind of upset me was you got this cool promo sample paper here. And you have this cool promo sample paper in the Kobe shoe, but the LeBron doesn't have it. I don't know if that's something that everybody got or just me, but so yeah, just the whole packaging and presentation of the pack left a lot to be desired. I love the shoes. They came out great. I'm just kind of, it leaves a little bit to be desired when Nike and these other companies go all out. Not all of these other companies, Nike and Jordan, you know, do a great job of storytelling, packaging, and all these things. Yes, they sometimes leave something to be desired in the way of quality with the shoe, but you know, this is to me, again, I feel like this period of time where Kobe and LeBron were both being courted by sneaker brands is a big moment in sneaker history that has changed the landscape of sneakers for the foreseeable future, and I wish that they would have dove into that a little bit more. And I don't know, maybe it's some legal issues, maybe Reebok or Packer could only allude to what the shoes were about so much, but I feel like a lot of people slept on this pack because they didn't get it. They thought that Reebok and Packer were just kind of doing something contrived, when in fact both these shoes were worn by the players, and they just have, when you really look at the historical impact on the sneaker landscape that this time had, the fact that they both went with Nike, it's a big deal. Like, if you think about the chain of events that would have happened if either one of them didn't sign with Nike, what would we be looking at? Who would Nike's signature athletes be right now? You know, it's a lot of cool stuff to think about, and I'd love to hear you guys' opinions in the comments. But I wish Reebok would have done a better job with that. I'm not too broken up about not having a 2-tier, you know, like a double pull-out box like we've become accustomed to with shoes that are sold together. But that paper thing really irked me, because it's one thing to not afford the packaging or not have time, but you thought of this. You had this paper made and you only put it in one shoe, and that just bugs the ever-living hell out of me. But what can you do? I wish, like I said, I wish they would have dove into the history a little bit more. The shoes still are. I'm happy with the purchase just because I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm a Laker fan, and I remember, you know, for years, a lot of Laker fans, after the Crazy 8, we didn't really have a lot of good Kobe shoes when he was with Adidas. You know, you want to buy your favorite player on your favorite team's shoe, but really, for that period of time when Kobe was wearing those crazy moon boot Adidas, there were no Laker signature athletes who had shoes worth copying. Shaq was on the tail end of his deal with Reebok. He never came out with any memorable Reeboks while he was with the Lakers. He then made his own shoes when he had his own brand called Twism, and those were god-awful. But yeah, I remember being really excited for Kobe's Adidas deal up because I was hoping he would end up with Nike. And it was awesome to see him just balling out during the 2002-2003 season, wearing all kinds of Jordan PEs, these questions. He wore some Jordan 3s, which were basically like the True Blues, except swap the blue with purple and any red hits with yellow. He had a pair of 8s. They were reminiscent of the playoff 8s, but they were swapped out with Laker colors. Those Laker 8s were fantastic. I know Dependable J on Instagram has pictures of the Kobe PE 9s. They were white with purple patent leather. I don't believe he ever wore those in a game, though. I know that Jordan Brand made a couple of 9 PEs for Kobe and Shaq trying to recruit them to Jordan Brand, but that didn't pan out. Kobe wore Concords for a good chunk of that season. It was always cool to see what he was going to come out in next, and I remember that. And I remember the hoopla over what company would get LeBron. Adidas was the official outfitter of St. Vincent St. Mary's High School, LeBron's high school at the time, and people seem to think that they had the inside track on signing LeBron. You know, I know that Kobe had sent LeBron an Adidas PE of that the flag, the American flag. Kobe, I can't remember if this is the Kobe 2 or something. I'll put a picture in the video for you guys to see. But there was also just a lot going on. It was a crazy time because this was Nike transitioning after Nike and Jordan brands transitioning after Jordan's second stint. You know, they got some good sales out of that when he was on the Wizards, and this is coming to an end, and they had to figure out who was going to bear the torch for Nike basketball. And you know, at the time they had basically kind of ideas carrying the brand, like the Alpha Project, and you know, at the time that was like the Hyperflight. They didn't have a big time signature shoe. It was like Hyperflight and just general Nike basketball stuff, and they went with like a team of a lot of just second tier players who had a lot of fans. You know, you had commercials with like Tony Parker, and they were just trying to sell basketball more than a signature athlete. There was a void to be filled, and they filled it big time with Kobe and LeBron. But it's enough of me rambling. Like I said, same things. I wish we could have gotten a special box, or maybe a you know, just if nothing else, that paper in both boxes. Like, that just irked me. I know it sounds silly, and you don't wear the box. I'm not complaining about that, but I just, this, like I said, the packaging and presentation of this pack does not meet, to me personally. You know, you're selling this pack to sneaker enthusiasts. A lot of sneaker enthusiasts know about this history, and that, for me, it's a big milestone. It's a big what if, and I feel like the shoes were on point, but the packaging left a lot to be desired. And you know, that's it. That's kind of the thing. You know, I guess that's, you gotta cut some corners when you can't actually sell the likeness, or the sell the likeness of the players in question, no pun intended. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. I plan on hitting you guys with more discussion videos. I know I've said that in the past, but I really do want to do that because I like engaging you guys and talking about stuff. I'm not going to be hitting you with 100,000 videos a week. Just, you know, maybe 2, maybe a review, or showing you a shoe that I have, and then hopefully, you know, if I find time, a discussion video, and then and then a third video would be a chat, if I can have the time to host a chat. So, you know, get back to chopping it up with my Fat Kid Mafia fam. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that like button, all of that. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next vid. Peace.